do something a bit more sort of dynamic. But it was a calm performance, and I'm just so glad that we took the chance when it came along. And yeah, Man City were totally nullified. What did they do?
They were rattled as well. You saw it full time there. It started to kick off a little bit. We don't really know what was going on, but down the tunnel, they rattled.
Well, Saliba put Haaland in his back pocket, didn't he? You know, that was a comfortable win for him. So he's frustrated. But you think about all of their star players. I mean, they didn't really offer a great deal, and I think it's because we didn't make mistakes today. We were pretty calm and safe and secure. And yeah, I do think that Rice and Saliba really were outstanding.
Yeah, you know. I mean, the only downside, I guess, for me is Haaland's my FPL captain. But you know, the less said about that, the better. I'm already bottom of the league, so
everyone's got him as captain. But yeah, don't worry about that.
Right, let's have a look then at the first thing that we've learned from the performance today. Then, and well, it's this: both teams showed big respect to one another in a cagey tactical encounter. Yeah, I mean, at times it was super cagey, wasn't it? Like last 10 minutes going into it, I was sweating a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was. We would go at them and they would sit back, and then we would sort of hold back. We were holding back, weren't we? Because we didn't want to lose it so that they could counter on us. Because every time it happened, they did look quite dangerous. So they were really scared. We were really scared to take a risk there. And then I felt that it was the same the other way around. You know, we sat off them quite a bit and just kept our shape. And we sort of cancelled each other out at times. I think there was only like one or two. I think we had 2 shots on target, 2 or 3. They had 1 in the entire game. 4 shots Manchester City had in this game. 4 shots. I don't know whether that's a record or whether you'd have to go way back. I think you'd have to go way back before the new owners took over Man City for them in the Premier League to have had as few shots as 4. And that is credit to Arteta and the way that the team set up today. It wasn't a thriller, but we nullified them, and that's what you've got to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Good changes as well. I thought, I thought Tomiyasu coming on, it was the right time for Tommy to come on. You know, a bit more presence out there, and definitely shows his value in his versatility. That's for sure. Already mentioned Saliba and Rice. Partey as well. But the second thing we learned is all about Saliba and Rice. So let's have a look.
I think they deserve a special mention. You know, it was a collective effort. Everyone played their part. But I think that Saliba was so calm, but also aggressive when he needed to be. He was really hostile. And I just thought that he put in a top-class centre-back performance. And Rice, for me, probably was just about the man of the match. I think some crunching tackles, some great interceptions, just doing what he does superbly. And going back to the changes, I wasn't sure about Martinelli, how fit he was, because it would come as a surprise to me that he was even on the bench.
Same here.
So I thought he'd only be ready for 15, but Arteta felt he could get 45 out of him, and it was right to bring him on for 45, because he did change the dynamic of the game, and it definitely pushed City backwards, I'd say 10 yards, and that helped us. It helped us to keep them at arm's length. David Raya, he can't believe he's been as inactive as he has been in that game. It's remarkable.
Yeah, and we often talk on this show about sharpness. Players coming back from injury, they might be physically fixed, they're footballers, but the sharpness. He was dialed in straight away, I thought, Martinelli.
Well, he always is. He's just at boiling point, isn't he? You just turn him on. You don't have to wait for it to boil, do you? You just go straight to it. It's like the hot tap. He's some player. Very unique, really. Yeah. And I was pleased that he got the goal. It's a shot on target. It hits Ake. But he energised us. He gave us more. And we said at half-time that Trossard wasn't really in the game. He was a bit on the periphery. It was also about balance. We had Jesus running his legs off down the right, didn't we? On and off the ball. Did great. What we needed was someone on the other side to run their legs off with and without the ball, comfortable, wide or in field. And that is Martinelli, really. And that's why he's the first choice in that position. And he showed it in the second half.
Speaking of Martinelli, actually, he does feature in the third thing that we learnt from today's game. Then fit again, Martinelli delivered the victory for our mature performance deserved. So there's 2 things from that, really. We've mentioned Martinelli already, but the performance on the whole, very mature.
Did we think it was mature? I think so. Compared to previous years, where the Arsenal way is that we're exciting, we're swashbuckling, fluid, cohesive, brilliant to watch. But when the pressure's on, we crack. That's what a lot of people think of us, especially defensively, in the big games. And there were no cracks today. It was mature, and we changed the way we play. we don't normally go with 2 holding midfielders. We did that today. So respect to City. Yeah, that's why we did it.
Big up Jorginho as well. I think he had a good game.
He did do well. He did really, really well. So we changed our approach because it was City. That was mature of Arteta to recognise, because he doesn't want to play like that. He wants us to go at them, but he knew what it would take. And then of course you look to the players. Can they be mature on the big occasion with a huge atmosphere and make calm decisions? And after a shaky first 15-20, we did it, and that's the reason that we've prevailed. I don't think City can complain about that at all. They should have had a red card from Kovacic. So they got lucky there. We got lucky with the goal, but there's no way that result isn't warranted.
Yeah.
What you said with it being a very mature performance, with us having such a young team as well, the confidence from last year, knowing that they did beat Man City in the Community Shield, it's really helped them and given them a boost. And the maturity just comes with the experience, and playing with Odegaard as captain, I think he's really got a good connection with the players, which has really helped.
Definitely.
So much experience in such a young side. That's the thing.
Yeah,
with this
well, look, they've
Arsenal
been
team,
through something horrible where they thought they were going to win the league and then they didn't. And they've been beating themselves up, I'm sure, internally a little bit. And this was a chance to sort of learn. You know, you just got to learn from your mistakes, haven't you? Maybe we played into City's hands last year in those 2 games. We allowed ourselves to be knocked over by their strength and their power. And this time around, you could see they were determined to make it a very different type of game. And it was a different type of game. Everyone was predicting goals. We all did. I think I said, I'm not saying I thought it was going to be 1-0, but I think I said, I think we'll be more cautious this time around, and we definitely were, and that's why it was a low-scoring game today.
Well, I said I didn't care if it came off someone's backside and into the goal, and there we go. Guess who predicted it? Do you know what else we kind of predicted?
Yeah.
If you think all the way back to when we did the number earlier on, we can reload it and get it on the screen again. The number was this earlier, 24. Mikel Arteta was beaten all. Well, it was 23. Yeah. It's been updated.
We've revised it.
Yeah, we've remixed and revised it. He's got the full set.
Yes. What
And look, to be honest, you know, he was delighted. You could see at full time. I almost feel he doesn't want to show it too much, but you know, inside, that was something he wanted to get off his back.
Definitely.
Big time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he was quite calm, wasn't he? I think it's the right approach. I felt a little bit like that. I thought it was like a quiet satisfaction that we've done it. So I don't think we want to get too ahead of ourselves. It doesn't mean we're going to win the league. We're not delirious, but I think we're all like, yes, like that is what we wanted. We needed that. And now people will take us seriously again, and it will give the players so much confidence. You know, they can go away. Saka can have a rest, hopefully, over the international break, get fit. Same with Martinelli. And we can come back nice and fresh. And, you know, looking at some of the games coming up, they're very winnable, in my opinion. So I think that we can hopefully continue this unbeaten run. You know, remember, we are unbeaten. Yeah. This is a long unbeaten run now at the start of the season. Let's see how far we can take it.
You off to Dubai or somewhere for the international break, Clarke? He's normally always on holiday.
I am going.
Classic.
I'm going away for the international break, but Oh, I need to reach out ahead of the next batch of games.
I'll still be in the UK putting in the hard yards, mate. Right,
Clarke,
Clarke.
you're a hero.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you to the studio audience for witnessing what has been an amazing game, and thank you as always for watching the Breakdown Live. As Clarke just said, it's international business for the next week or so we are back on the Breakdown Live on the 21st for our trip across London, West London, to take on Chelsea. After beating Manchester City, should be easy, I reckon. We'll see you then.